Okay guys, you probably know this would be a, well, guide based on my experience within Blackout. So, I was going to give you some gameplay while I'm talking about. So, for those people that are new to Blackout, you might want to start playing, well, the class named Bruiser is basically one of the best classes you can play as a beginner. At least until you pick the game up, and then like, great. So, for those in the... But as for those who actually know a thing or two about classes and actually know how to play classes, then well, you're basically more than welcome to play any of the classes that you want. However, if you're basically brand new to the Blackout, then basically you play as Bruiser. And but also another thing is that playing on easy mode well, playing on easy mode but also helps you pick up the game as well. So and if you've never played a survival, then well, it's just basic survival. You respawn and whenever a shockwave. Well, if you die, of other people, you basically like respawn during a shockwave. And you also get like a basic like water and food and water on the bar, which you basically keep an eye on, and otherwise you start getting debuffs. Obviously, if you don't. So, at the very start of the round, when you get literally nothing apart from your starting guns or starting weapons, which will be a mix of your fists, trench knife, and whatever starting guns, and whatever class as you chose. You always start with the G17 and make whatever gun and whatever class. That's that point. Unless you chose the Bruiser. If you basically choose the Bruiser, you probably get it just melee. So the game is very well gory. Only if you don't like gory, you can turn down the blood if you don't like it. But also there's also these safe rooms here. You can go AFK in those rooms. But if you have to like go AFK to do something real quick, you can go into those rooms and be AFK for as long as you want. Unless the game kicks you for being AFK, and that's a different story. But yeah, I'm basically playing as a tactician right now, which basically you get access to sentry turrets and proximity mines. You can also find stuff around the map as well, like guns, melee weapons, and well, food and water. There's also all these different like bits, different storage containers such as lockers and pillboxes, etc. Some of them are locked, so you basically need to find a pick lock to lock them, but some of them are open by default, so you can actually just do it. You will also find gear in these areas as well. So safes are always locked as far as I know. Military crates always locked. Once again, as far as I know. You just mostly have to get lucky, man. Figure what you find. If you find one that's always open, then there you go. If you don't, then oh well. There's also these upgraders you can find around the map. That's on the too. Some of them having like stuff you can upgrade your character. By the way, if you actually max out the armor, you get Blade Dancer. That's alright. Well, depending on if you're losing. There's also that break. You do get to see what each enemy does. All the stuff. So. Also via tactician, you get basically a recon drone and a combat drone, depending on them. Depending on if you basically like. Well, went that path. If you haven't, then. There's also demolitionist, which is just another thing. You can parry in the game as well, so. So anyway, the Bruiser does just a straight melee weapons and does have different attacks surrounding its basically like Berserk, which is as well as life stealing, hearing and other things. So if you love them and love melee combat, then Bruiser's for you. However, if you like range, then go for like different other classes as well as explosions and like that. So. This small guide is based on my experience as well. A mix of a medic and practitioner. You can also finish people off in this game if you choose to. It's only probably recommended if, for example, you absolutely hate somebody. Well, not really absolutely hate, like just one person in general, but if you basically have like someone that's, well, there's probably more than one reason why it's here. Yeah, but, also another thing, if you actually play on easy difficulties, you can also learn the game in that way as well, because even if you're basically choosing your favorite class, that's what you want to learn different classes, you can just go in easy mode and then learn from there, because that's how I did it when I was like learning this. Even though I had like somewhat of an idea for it, but I still recommend by playing easy mode and that for or probably. I can still probably recommend playing easy mode in classes as on that. So if you want to pick up the game in that way you can, but it's up to you at that point. Also, the max level is level 50, I believe, but you can also get like a lot of perks and stuff, as well as there's also challenges, you get stuff. There's also like these special deals with certain weapons now and again, so sometimes you actually get like a chance. Oh good, that was stock. And by the way, stock for those machines is limited, so don't think because you can basically have them have some good gear, you can get infinite stock, which is where you can't. Also, certain guns you can upgrade, certain guns you can't. So it also tells you what the gun has also. So also teamwork helps depending on what you're doing. Also, you can get bounties from killing. You can also give your teammates magic stuff as well. So medic is basically if you want to be a team player. Bruiser is basically like just melee class. Technician, like basically like TF2 engineer. You know, if you play engineer in TF2. Demo, self-explanatory. Marksman, once again, self-explanatory. But yeah, that's all the classes. You can get achievements in this game, so you can get achievements for doing like solo, which I don't know why you would. Basically player, which is basically like a blade dancer, and the electric guy is basically, well, shoot electric bolts at you, just do lethal damage. So there's quite a bit of things that I can block his bolts. You basically have to do a lot of like from it. Self-experiencing, I'll put it that way. If you guys want more guides and depends on Blackout and that too, so I can probably do like, if you guys want like a class type build out, wow, a class type guide, and let me know. I won't need to play all the classes so mostly to give you that brief rundown. So yeah, just bear with me. so far I've been finding that the tactician person is actually very good on the, especially if you know how to use shotguns. If you don't, then you don't. So you just need to keep an eye on you, throw them in water and kill things. Basically Rav, Echo, Leo, and a bunch of other ones. That's another thing. A lot of people have been leaving. I don't really play criminality as much anymore. Just the fact that yeah, kind of self-explanatory if you know about it. However, though, if you don't know, well, criminality has been facing a lot of like toxic people, as well as like the whole people going around wearing questionable avatars, as well as like many other questionable things. And mostly for those who don't know, I still have yet to check out the zombies. Zombies update, and I will actually do a video on that. I think soda though is actually one of the best, and that's like what things you can find. Also, the safe room doesn't really have much of anything. If I basically go in here for like a minute, you can just go AFK in this room, and that's it. There are these purple containers, so you can basically like get loot out, and you can also sell them as well. And there's absolutely nothing back here. Anyway, there's a door there, but doesn't go anywhere. And plus of this, doesn't that. So there's just an area that doesn't go anywhere. Like I said, though, you can go AFK in that room. You can also modify your weapons as well. So depending on like what you want to modify them with. There's also these green ones. These green ones basically give you a boosting character for like 5 minutes. Not even like basically not even worth the money. I mean, they're probably like worth it if you want something for like I don't know, like a 5-minute burst. But to be honest, they're probably not worth it. Just make sure you keep an eye on your food and drink, and you should be fine. There's also the pager, which is basically so that's not. The katana is good, just that it breaks easily, so there is quite a lot of good weapons, some of them being better than others. I'm also lagging with it, at the same time. I swear though, one thing, guys, is when I can, I'm getting the better. Like, just that for right now, I'm basically just trying to weigh this one down until it gets to that point, and I'm ready to record anymore. So. Not worth the risk, but oh well. Oh, but here comes the boss. Make all this on fire. Oh, by the way, once the boss is done, you die. That's it. So. Different drones. One of them is a recon, the other one's a combat one. I recommend something, guys. A bruiser, an tactician, using a medic is what you need them for the bit. Basically, without a bruiser, you're kind of screwed. Once the max is 120 bucks. Also, a quick question for anybody that's basically wants to know about my game. I plan to add energy weapons to my game. Not to show which one to add. So basically, just let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see in terms of the weapons. Oh, by the way, also a fun fact to do with the guide is that third person helps a lot. So yeah. One thing I don't like now. For some reason, using my WSD keys, he's refused to work at certain moments. Melee guys are annoying. Also, for some reason, you can get a finisher, but I probably vote. To be honest, guys, if you're basically a true ranger and not an asshole, I probably recommend doing the finisher to people that are bad at their job. So, if for example someone says, "Oh, GG, I'm dead anyway," or GG for some other reason, put them the fuck down. Because at that point they don't deserve them to continue the game. So if they ask who sent you, just tell them the ranger. Ranger sent me. Okay, so orange actually kills you. Just to know. I'm actually probably gonna skip the boss fight, guys, due to the fact of, well, not having time for it. But if I make it, I think I'll tell you at the end of the video. If not, then oh well. Speaks for itself, guys, as we got to like a good bit of it, and these two managed to go on YouTube. YouTube is where a smaller guy that was here then left because he had to go. So yeah, managed to get to the boss fight, and yes, it is doable. You just need the right team for it. So yeah, I will keep grinding this game and we'll eventually make it to where I want it. So yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, guys. So just to give you a brief overview, you will actually come to the lobby and lobby here from this spawn on the when you first join the mode. Oh, by the way, yes, I'm a woman. So why not? So yeah, there's different class as you'll see. You actually get to look at the information for the classes. This is as well as what weapons and you get if you actually level them up. By the way, you also need 400 points to level up the class, so just be aware of that. And there's also like more information. You can skip through this briefly. You can pause. And yeah, that's the classes. That's all the class. As if you guys want a better guide than this, let me know. Yeah, if you in my game, in some point where I hope you enjoyed. So yeah.